Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to the International Wealth Builders Radio Show with your host, Dr. Sharon Barnes, here on this beautiful Saturday afternoon after we have gone through such weather and everything, and everyone's trying to get out and enjoy the sunshine in California right now. But I hope you stay tuned to the show. At our show, if this is your first time tuning in, I'll focus on accessory dwelling units. And those are the ADUs. They're becoming more and more popular. We're hearing all the buzz about them. We had a $40,000 grant that came out a few months ago to help people build ADUs. As I'm watching television on some of the shows and the movies, they're referring to accessory dwelling units and ADUs and so forth. So it's just kind of surprising that a lot of people still do not understand what accessory units are, what ADUs entail to get built, to take your idea to a reality all the way through. And recently I've had several speaking engagements whereby people were asking me exactly my role and my niche and how I developed my passion for helping my community leverage these California accessory dwelling unit laws. And so today I'm going to take the first part of the show to talk about that a little bit. And then we're going to talk about funds that's available if you're looking to sell property and you need to fix it up without any money out of your pocket, with bad credit, no credit pull, no interest on the money until you sell your property. I'm going to talk about how we have a program that can help you do that and how some of my clients have utilized that and the benefits they've seen. And then the bottom half of the hour, I'm expecting our guest, Mr. Lionel Hicks, who's an appraiser, who will come in and kind of connect the dots on steps we can take to maximize our property value, utilizing the funds I just mentioned through the Revitalize program, how accessory dwelling units are part of our future that we need to get used to, and how appraising them and getting value out of this investment is evolving. And so he'll be joining us at the bottom half of the hour. So I hope you stay tuned for the entire show. I hopefully that you get some benefit from it and that you can take action after the information you receive today. So in my background, I practiced law for over 25 years. During the time I practiced, I also did business development. I handled civil cases, worked with criminal attorneys, but my niche was basically in helping emerging businesses, small business owners who want to go to the next level, making sure their infrastructure was in place, reviewing contracts. I also had an aerospace background, and so in contract compliance and the regulations and so forth that we have to, comply with when we get a government contract or a city level contract. And so I really have worked with business owners and entrepreneurs for most of my career, not only as an attorney, but now in the real estate space as well. And so a few years ago, when I was the chairman of the board for the Black Chamber of Commerce Inland Empire, I got an opportunity to participate in a program to help take my business to the next level. And as I was sitting in that class, they wanted me to focus on just one area of real estate. And I found it very difficult to put myself in a box like that. I have experience in doing residential real estate. I got into real estate focusing on commercial because commercial brought into focus all of the legal knowledge I had, contractual knowledge, working with mortgage brokers, developers, contractors, all that legal experience, brought it over into real estate, into the commercial arena. And so I enjoy real estate and I enjoy working with people. And so when I'm sitting there and they tell me to pick one thing to focus on to take my business to the next level, I was finding that very difficult to do. But so happens I was sitting next to a young lady who was not only a member of our Black Chamber of Commerce, but had also been a past client and friend over years. As an attorney, I had represented her in several business endeavors. I think she opened up a curve, she did a restaurant. I mean, she was always starting businesses, and she's been very successful, and she's just been perpetual, like in motion for years. And she was sitting next to me, and she shared with me a story of a friend of hers who had recently obtained a job in Los Angeles with a company that was focusing on converting detached garages into accessory dwelling units. And she started to share the story with me, and she told me about this company and that their model at the time was that they would go in, convert the detached garage, help pre-screen the tenants, do the property management, and share the rental income with the homeowner without any cost to the homeowner. I got excited. I thought, God, this is what we need, especially here in the Inland Empire. We have some of the smallest houses, the biggest lots. We have some economic challenges. We have credit issues. And if we can bring accessory dwelling units to our community and create a positive cash flow, change the wealth dynamic of some of our families, I thought this was just the way to go. And so I focused on that. I started focusing on and diving into accessory dwelling unit because I really felt, and I still do, that accessory dwelling units are the best way to leverage property that you own in California. It's the best way to leverage what you already own and control. You know, when during the election, people were talking about how $500 or $600 a month would make such a difference in families' income and lifestyle and their ability to meet their obligations and to provide for their family. And with the accessory dwelling units, we could see that even partnering with the company and sharing part of the rent, they could get $500 or $600 positive cash flow. And if you're able to finance and make your dream of an ADU a reality and rent it out, the cash flow potential was positive and could be substantial depending on where you are in California and the end tenant that you are targeting, whether or not it be a standard rental in your backyard, whether you want to turn it into an Airbnb. We have clients and investors who are doing short-term rentals to visiting nurses, to medical professionals. Even have a client who is leasing to an insurance company who has to find housing for people who are displaced because of fire, flood, or other disasters. I mean, in Southern California, we know what's going on up in some of our mountain areas and community as a result of the snow and different things. There are going to be people that are going to have insurance claims, and they're going to have to find temporary housing until their home is ready to be inhabited again. And so there's all kind of opportunities for you to, provide housing, kind of focus on the target market that works for you and that can actually help your family, like I say, create some generational wealth, increase your retirement fund, build up an investment nest. I network with a lot of investors and people who are wholesaling, they're flipping, they might want to buy in whole. And so some people, you're out and you're buying somebody else's mortgage, you're putting a lot of money into other people's problems and headaches and trying to buy it. Then you put rehab and construction costs to get it up, then rent it or put it back on the market. And actually, you could get a better return if you do that in your backyard. Now, some people say, I don't want anybody in my backyard. I don't want anybody back there. But in a lot of cases, we can put an ADU in your backyard that's further away from your bedroom window than your neighbor's house is. So what's the difference? You rather that neighbor that if you get into a loud argument, they can hear it because it's so close right next door to pay a mortgage company instead of somebody paying you with a check? I think we really need to think about leveraging what we already own and control. And as far as oh, far as detached houses go, I mean garages, a lot of us rarely drive past the garage, past the house into the garage in order to park a car and walk back to the house. So there's just opportunities. I have to take a short break right now, but please stay with me. Come back and I will tell you how my services can help and how you can get money to leverage property you already own and control.